So I hope all of you have started working on the problem, right? Which was mentioned. Have you all started working? Any solutions? Have you all completed it? Yeah, have you all worked on it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so any doubts till now? Have you all got the solution?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, unless and until you start working on yourself, okay, so you will not get to know as to where you have doubts. Okay. So the reason why I'm telling you all to start working on your own is so that you will understand as to where you have doubts, and accordingly, we can have a discussion, isn't it? Right. So yeah. Okay. So this is the importance of having a state diagram, right? And this is how we actually migrate from one point, from one diagram to another tabular column, and from here, from this tabular column, we take the help of excitation table, and we go ahead and construct the circuit excitation table on the whole. So I could have done it one shot in just one table, but then I wanted to have a breakup so that you all will be able to understand it step by step. So I hope this concept is clear for all of you. Any doubts in getting this circuit implemented with the help of equations, students?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So we will be looking into another concept, okay, which is nothing but your counter design. Okay, so this is also related with your uh, previous lecture, but then this uh, is with respect to synchronous and mod 6 counter. So here also we will be using JK flip-flops, okay, and we want to implement a mod 6 synchronous counter, okay, according to the counting sequence. So till here is your question, okay. So sometimes in your question they can only give this tabulation and tell you to get the implementation done. So how do we go about? So once we have this, what is going to be our next step, students?
So state diagram.
Yes. So once I know what is my sequence, okay. So it's very easy for me to go ahead and get a state diagram, right? So how do I get a state diagram? First, I will understand as to what is happening, right? So once I understand the problem, then I can represent it in the form of states, state 1, state 2, state 3. So all that can be done, right? Okay. So now I know that my initial state is going to be 0, okay? And since it is 0, I'm going to start, um, okay, yeah, we can even do that. Yeah, right. So 0 will be here, okay? And then you can see that it's not going to 1, okay, but then it's going to 2, okay? So ultimately, I should be able to design my state diagram in such a way. So 0, after 0, I'm going with 2, and then I'm going with 3. So this is my first state, okay? Then second, third, fifth, then going with 0, 0, 1. And after everything, again, what is happening? It is going back to the initial state. These two are same, right? So I can connect this back to 000. So you should be able to get a state diagram. Once you have the state diagram, then you can always go with a table, right? Now here in the question, they have asked for implementation using JK flip-flops, isn't it? So we will be using JK flip-flops. So for that, we need the excitation table of JK flip-flop. So as usual, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the cell numbers so that it's going to be easy. Now here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, because it's going to 0. So initially it's going to start with 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 unique states. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 unique states, right? So and it's starting from 0. Okay, so I will have 0 to 7. Now in our previous lecture, okay, we saw that we had cell number 0 to 15, double of the available binary combinations. Can someone tell me why was that? Why
Clock
did
was
we?
involved.
Sorry?
Sir, the clock pulse of zeros and ones we had
Yes,
considered that.
yes. So we had two combinations. That's right. So we had two combinations. So which means whatever combinations that we have, it's going to double, right? So that's how we had more number of cell number, right? So here we will be taking it as usual from 000 to 111. Okay, as usual. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now here don't get confused. Now this is my present state. Okay, and from this diagram I should be able to construct my next state. How will I construct my next state? For example, I will see from 000 it's going to 010. Now you should not write here from 0 it's going to 1. No, you should write what is mentioned here in your state diagram. Okay, of course, from your normal logical point of view, okay, your 0 after 0 it's going to come to 1. But here we are thinking of next state is always related to your state diagram. Okay, state diagrams output. So your present state can be a binary combination. Okay, all these can be a binary combination, excuse me. But then those that we have in next state, okay, should be the output of your um, state diagram. Okay, now see here, for after 0, okay, after 0 you have 0, 1, 0. Okay, so after 0 I have 0, 1, 0. So any doubts with these two columns as to how we are developing these two columns? Students, any doubts, please ask. I want you to be interactive. Girls, any doubts? Okay. So we will be entering these values here. After 0, it goes to 0, 1, 0 because we are seeing that here. Right? So the same thing comes here in the form of tabulation. So once we have these values, again, I'm going to compare Q2. Q2 I should compare with what? In order to get J2, K2. Q2 should be compared with?
Q2 star.
Yes. So this column exactly should be compared with Q2 star. Q1 will be compared with Q1 star. Q0 will be compared with Q0 star. That should be star actually. Okay. So with the combination of Q2 and Q2 star, I'll be getting J2, K2. Okay. And with the combination of Q1 star, I'll be getting J1 K1. So similarly J0 K0. So how many K maps will I be needing here?
6.
6 K maps. One for J2, K2, J1, K1, J0, K0. Right. Okay. Now, if you can see here, we don't have 0, 1, 2, 3. 4 is not there, right? We don't have 4. 5 is there. 6. Okay. Now you can see for 4, okay, and we don't have even 7. Just think of this state diagram here. We don't have these two binary values. We don't have 4 and we don't have 7, right? So in that case, what shall we do? Here I have 4, but my next state is not available. So what I will do? I will use a don't care. So which means I am telling, even if there is 4, don't worry. Don't consider that state, just leave it. There is no next state at all for 4. Similarly for 7. For 7 also, it's a don't care. Okay. So 7 will not have anything and 4 will not have anything, because these two we do not find here. Rest all are there. You have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is not there. 5, 6, 7 we don't have, right? So ultimately, after this state, there is nothing. So I use a don't care. Now, when you check for the excitation table, 0, don't care. Okay, that's what you have to see. So anything with don't care. Do you have any don't care here? Do you have any don't care as your input?
No, sir.
No. So in that case, what is going to happen? Since there is no don't care, my outputs also is going to be don't care. Okay, my J2, K2 also will be don't care, because I don't have that combination. Since I don't have that combination, my outputs are also neglected. So which means it is not at all considered. This state is not at all considered. Okay. So this entries, you can put it in your K-map. And since it's a don't care, if you're getting a combination, then probably you can convert it to 1 and get a bigger grouping. Why do we go with bigger grouping, students? So that
So more reductions can be done.
exactly, so that we get more optimal solutions, right? We get less less number of gates if your grouping is higher. So our aim is to always have a higher grouping. Okay, so in this way we have to go about, and we have to work things out. Okay, fine. So any other doubts in this till this concept that we have discussed now?
Sir, this is an asynchronous counter, right, sir?
Yeah, since actually what is happening is we are not providing any clock information here. Okay, we are just going ahead, and we are assuming that at every point, at every clock state, okay, these are actually changing from one point to another point. So we can say that it is actually a synchronous one. Okay, so that's why it mentions synchronous mod 6 counter. Okay, counter, of course, we all know. Mod 6 means it should have about 6 states. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has about 6 states. And synchronous, yes, because we are assuming that the clock, is present and it is going on and on. Fine, Rohit.
Yes, sir. So if synchronous comes, should we use the Mealy method, sir?
You can use, that is fine, no problem. Okay, you can use Melee or more or the other one More also. That's fine, no problem. Anything is fine with that for the implementation. Ultimately, see our what to say, our state diagram here is not representing any kind of model. It's only representing a state. Understood? We are not giving any inputs by outputs or S not by one. We are not doing that. Understood?
Yes, sir.
It's only a pictorial representation of the question. Pictorial representation of the question. We are not actually implementing any kind of, we are not mentioning any kind of machine here. Okay. We are just mentioning the type of inputs, and from this, from this question, we are getting a pictorial representation. That's it. From the pictorial representation, we are putting them in the form of tabulation. See, because now how will I put these values J2, K2, J1, K1? How will I put it next to this diagram? Is it possible?
No, sir.
Not possible, right? Here, if it's a tabulation, okay, just see, it's a tabulation. It's very easy for me to, see them across just one row across. I can see any row for that matter. Now, if I want to concentrate on the other row, on the fourth row, that is also possible, right? If I want to concentrate on, say, second row, that is also possible. All I get in one shot. But with my diagrammatic view, that is not possible, right? That's not at all possible with this diagrammatic view. So what we will do, we will not use the pictorial representation. Instead, we will convert it into a form where I can actually get a tabulation form. So this is the importance. But the catch here is, okay, the very important thing to know is you should be knowing excitation table. This is important. By mistake you miss out this excitation table, okay, what is going to happen? Tell me, students, what is going to happen? You cannot work out with
K-map.
this section. Very good. You cannot work out with this section at all. You might get it up till here. Okay. Up till here you might get. Till this point you might get. Till this point you will get. That's all. After this you are stuck. You cannot go forward. So this is possible only when you are able to work with your excitation table, right? So this section will be possible only through your excitation table, only if you know your excitation table. Is that clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts, please ask, okay? Because we need to make it interactive and we need to make sure that we are understanding. Ultimately, our motto is knowledge sharing, okay? So any doubts, please feel free to ask, and you can always clarify your doubts. Yes, can we move forward? Yes, can
Yes,
we
sir.
move forward? Huh? Okay, fine. So after this, okay, you will be looking into your implementation. So you will be using your K-map. So once you have your K-map, okay, you are going to get this equations, right? J1, J2, K2, J0, K0, K1, all these equations, same, okay, same like what we discussed in our previous lecture. And accordingly, you will be, giving your clock for J and K. Okay, so this is going to be my flip-flop 0, 1, 2. Okay, because I have 0, 1, 2. Always keep in mind how many columns you have here, so many flip-flops you'll have. Okay, so J2, K2 belongs to one flip-flop. J1 K1 belongs to one flip flop. J0 K0 one flip flop. Can I have J2 and J1 in the same flip flop?
Sir, it's not possible, sir.
Not possible, right? So this is just like, you know, left hand and right hand. J2 K2 belongs to a person A, left hand, right hand. Similarly, J1 K1, person B, right hand, left hand. So it is a one set. Okay, it's a one set. So I cannot have J2 J1 in one set and K2 K1 in, no, not possible. So as a whole, this is a flip flop, without which I cannot call it as a flip flop. So J2 K2 is one set, another set, another set. Based on your equations, okay, you can either use your inverter. Okay, you can give Q2 to an inverter and then pass that output of inverter to K0. That's also fine. Or directly you can just give Q bar. That is also fine. Okay. So ultimately make sure that your equations are mapping to those inputs, either to J1, K1, J2, K2, whatever. Okay, it should map to those inputs. So till here is going to be your final solution. Okay, so you have to understand the problem, draw a state diagram, work out with excitation table, and work out with circuit excitation table, K maps, optimized equations, and then your final implementation. This final implementation is not going to take much time. See, once you have this, okay, it's just like preparing food. Once it's prepared, you have to just serve it on the plate, right? So these are all your prepared items. So once you have these prepared items, just put it and you can have a finished circuit, right? So more work is going to happen in this tabulation, okay, wherein you have to individually check 0 0 0 1 0 0. You have to individually check and then work out with each row and column. Once you are done with this, then almost 80% you are done. Get your groupings properly, you will get a proper equation. Okay, most of you have seen in your internals, you have solved your problems, but then you have not optimized them. Okay, you have just given an equation which is not that optimized. In fact, you could have gone to the next step and got an optimized equation. Okay, so it's always good to get a good optimized equation and then go ahead with your implementation of circuit. Any doubts, students?
No, sir.
Okay.